This week on a brand new episode of Strong Arm Sports Podcast.
And if he'd have come back 10 years later and said, you know what? In the 2018 finals, I think I broke my hand after game 1. You know what folks still would say? Look at LeBron lying. So everybody like, why would he say it now? What difference do it make?
We supposed to be the losers, but we winning though. They used to laugh at us, now we winning though. They used to tell me never in my lifetime. I guess they wasn't in their right mind. Underdog. Ain't have a lot of shit back in my
What's going on, folks? Welcome to a brand new exciting episode of Strong Arm Sports Podcast, man. We just the realest sport podcast in all the land.
True.
Right, I don't know if you know what I mean. I don't mean just right here. I'm talking about in all the land.
True.
We are back to wrap up the previous week of sports, or should I say the previous 2 weeks of sports in dramatic fashion. No BS, no sugarcoat, no biases. This happens to be the first time you guys are watching our show here on YouTube, but if you're listening on any of our various podcast networks, on one half of the show, I go by the name of K-Spade the Prospect.
And I'm your boy, LePravis57, and together we form Strong Arm Sports Spade.
Yes, sir. Let's get into it, bro, because you was out last week. We don't have time.
Whoa, I wasn't out last week. You took a brief hiatus. You was all out in California sunshine. I don't know what you was doing out there.
So you just gonna put my business out there?
You was in Cali. You probably throwing up gang signs and sea walking and doing all type of things.
I did buy me some chucks. They say when in Rome, do as the Romans do. I did buy me some chucks.
Okay, but needless to say, it's a lot of things we got to talk about. We're going to start in the NFL. Something that happened last week. We wasn't able to talk about it, but we're going to bring it to you guys on this show. Spade, if you didn't know, maybe, you was in Cali and all. You was out of the loop.
I know everything. I know everything.
We know Terrell Owens ended up getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. But T.O. came out and said, you know what? I'm not going to go to the induction. I'm not going. So T.O. will not attend the Hall of Fame induction. Spade, talk to me about T.O. One, should he go? And do you think he's being petty for not going?
First of all, it's T.O.'s third time being eligible.
Right.
So the first 2 times, let's be honest, Terrell Owens should have easily been a first ballot Hall of Famer. And, they made a point to snub T.O. because T.O. isn't the most likable person. And this is why I have issues with the Hall, bro. Like, the credentials required to get in, I don't know. I just feel like it's a lot of gray area. I thought this was a collection of the best athletes to ever play the sport. And, you kind of celebrate them and their accomplishments by putting them in the Hall of Fame. If it's a situation where you can hands down be one of the best athletes and not get in because you're not that likable, then we've reduced this prestigious group of people to like a high school lunch table. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, only the cool kids sit at a certain lunch table. And that's what I felt like they did with Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens is definitely being petty, but he's being Terrell Owens. He's been this guy his entire career after he became a superstar. Now, the T.O. that was crying, that played for the 49ers, that made the catch, that guy would have definitely showed up. But after T.O. became a bona fide star, he was this guy. If you didn't, if you didn't acknowledge his greatness, he was definitely going to be petty with you. And we've seen it before. The thing about it, as to whether or not I think he should do it, or whether or not he should have done it, LeParis, this whole thing is different for me because it's never been done. Nobody has ever been inducted into the Hall of Fame and decided, I'm good. So I did a little bit of digging, man, and I got a quote here from Mean Joe Green. Everybody know Mean Joe Green. If you don't, you need to do your Googles. Right. Joe Green had a take that I don't know. You would have to be a player. You would have to be in the Hall to have a take, I feel like. For me, I feel like, hey, he's in, and he don't owe anybody by being there. Mean Joe Green says he feel like T.O. is messing up and missing out on one of the most important days of his life. He said it's for those that saw the greatness in you before you became an NFL star. Like, it's that moment that you get a chance to kind of give back to those folks. Mm-hmm. He said the thing you learn when you walk up there to receive your Hall of Fame is not about you. He also went another step, LeParis, and said that he wants T.O. to know that sports writers vote him in and not other members of the hall. He said other members of this fraternity were probably fans of yours or are probably fans of yours, and it wasn't us that kept you out. So I don't know if T.O. not showing up gets the people back who didn't vote him in initially. And I think that's the message that me and Joe Green was trying to send.
And I agree with that. I think this, for the people that said, oh, this is why T.O. wasn't the first ballot Hall of Famer, this gives them their cosign. They like, see, look at this guy. Diva, all about himself. This gives them that. But let me say this. I can understand why T.O. is not going. I can understand why he's not attending, because, like you said, he's been this type of guy. If he get to feeling some way about you, I mean, you're pretty much dead. I agree with me and Joe Green. I agree with me and Joe Green. What he said is accurate. Those guys in the Hall of Fame, they might have appreciated T.O. on the field, because when T.O. was on the field, bro, he showed up. He came to play ball.
You ain't never left.
He came to play ball. So, NFL, I feel like those players know the determination and the heart and the will it took for T.O. to become this type of player. And I think not only is T.O. cheating himself, I do agree. I think he is cheating his family, his high school coaches. And T.O. was even on Undisputed talking to Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. And T.O. before he said he wasn't going to attend, he said that he was going to be introduced by like a wide receiver coach from the 49ers, because T.O. said he was on like special teams for the 49ers, and he was thinking to himself like, man, I can't, like, is this for me? Like, can I not play in this league? And he said that wide receiver coach for the 49ers told him, trust me, you can play in this league. And that's why T.O. was going to have that guy introduce him, because that guy believed in him. And I mean, like I said, it just cheats all those little nuances of little things that happen in T.O. life, man. Do I understand it? Yeah. But this just gives the writers a cosign to say, look at this guy. See? This is why he wasn't the first ballot Hall of Famer. And he wonders why. I get it. I don't like it. If I was T.O., I would show up. I would enjoy the moment, because it's a big time event, and it should be a special moment in celebration for his career, man. Because he had a great career. He should have been the first ballot Hall of Famer, though. Should have been the first ballot.
Definitely. And we talk about T.O. being King Petty.
Yeah.
What better way to get back at the sports writers and the people who tried their best to hold you down than throwing a little jab at him in your speech?
Oh, bro.
Like, I done went up there and got him with the
showed
speech.
my whole ass. Yes.
Yeah, the speech would have been full of troll.
Bro.
I'd have trolled the entire
speech. I agree with that 100%. Michael Jordan in his Hall of Fame induction had the high school coach that cut him and told that dude at his
you messed up.
Yeah, like, what was you doing? Like, you made a mistake, like, to his face. Like, it's just crazy. Yeah, I would have went up there and showed my whole ass.
Well deserved for him to be in the hall. I hate it's going to be some drama tied to it, but almost, if it was no drama tied to it, it almost wouldn't be T.O. That's what we expect at this point. Let's move forward. Still in the NFL. Let's go to Baltimore, and let's talk about their late first-round draft pick, Lamar Jackson. Now, this show, we are Lamar Jackson supporters on this show, and Lamar Jackson walked into a situation that we felt like really kind of benefited him. Joe Flacco, big money maker, toward the end of his contract, got a contractual situation coming up where the Ravens got to decide whether or not they want to re-up on him or let him go or go in another direction. And it appeared at the time of this draft that Lamar Jackson could be ready to receive that olive branch, that maybe Joe was going to be the bridge. And everybody's been watching the training camp, and LaParis, they saying Lamar looking like me and you thought Lamar was going to look. They saying Lamar looking like the real deal.
I like being right.
I mean, I'm used to it. In the words of my boy Lil Uzi Vert, this is my life. You know what I'm saying? This is my life. I'm just right a lot. But anyway,
Uzi on this podcast now, that's what we doing.
I mean, it fit. It was perfect, bro. Let me be great. But they said that Ozzie Newsome said they looking at Lamar Jackson and they believe they got like a little miniature version of Mike Vick. They think they got Mike Vick 2.0. LaParis, the question I got for you and the listeners to the show, they took it a step further. They said they are going to experiment with some 2 quarterback sets where both Joe Flacco and Lamar Jackson is on the field at the same time because they feel like Lamar Jackson is such a dynamic player. They want to get him on the field as much as possible. Is this smoke and mirrors for Lamar? We want your ass to be a wide receiver, or do they really have something going here? What do you think?
I mean, I think it's just one of those situations where they just trying to put this out there so teams would be like, oh, what are they doing with Lamar? You know, listen, from what I'm hearing about Lamar Jackson in minicamp, and that could be lies too. We ain't there. I don't know, but all reports are saying that Lamar is lighting it up out there. Now, Spade, you know me. When it comes to football, I've seen all I need to see from Joe Flacco. Football me is saying hand Lamar the keys now. Give him the keys. And let's move forward. Joe Flacco, I think Joe Flacco about to make, if not $20 million, close to $20 million or over $20 million. And they are not about to re-sign Joe Flacco, Spade. No way.
I don't think so either. It don't make sense.
No way. I think we done seen the best we're going to get from Joe Flacco when they won that Super Bowl. It is time to move on. As far as Lamar Jackson lining up at other positions, it could probably be true. And, you know, they say they like him because he's a dynamic runner in space. But if I wouldn't risk it. I would play quarterback. For the Ravens, and that would be that. I would not be lining up at no wide receiver. I get it. It's mini camp. He probably still got the little red don't touch the quarterback jersey on. So he probably doing it. He probably doing his little shakes and everything. But in the real game, man, I don't want to see Lamar Jackson at no wide receiver, no running back, or in the slot. I want him at quarterback. Get Joe Flacco out of there. I done seen all I needed to see from Joe Flacco. Get him out of there.
Well, I mean, from a money standpoint, that makes all the sense in the world. I'm looking at it here. The Ravens can save $10.5 million by cutting Flacco after the 2018 season, and $18.5 million if they designate him a post-June 1st release.
Yeah, get him out.
You know, it seems likely that the Jackson era will be popping soon. I do want to say this. Listen, Ozzy, if you're listening to the show, anybody else from the Baltimore Ravens organization, please hear this. Don't you ruin this man's career and do him the way the Atlanta Falcons tried to do Woodrow Dantzler. Now, a lot of you guys probably too young to know about Woody. Woody Dantzler was that dude from Clemson. And I don't think he was drafted. I think the Cowboys actually signed him as an undrafted free agent. And then he went to the Falcons. And the Falcons tried to do this dual quarterback thing, but every time Woodrow Dantzler came in the game, it was like an option. Every time. Like, it took all the guesswork out of it. When you saw Woodrow come on the field, you just said, all right, get ready. Knock the hell out the little guy. He's about to keep it. Don't do no crazy mess like that, Ozzy. Don't y'all set my boy Lamar Jackson up for failure. If you're going to put him on the field, give him some real sets. Don't put him in on this handoff or goal line quarterback sneak. Don't do that. I don't want to, and I don't want to see no Wildcat either. I don't want to see it.
I'm gonna tell you what, man. I'm gonna tell you what I like about Lamar Jackson. You know, he did a couple of interviews saying all the right things, and he seems like he's coming to work. He's ready to work. He's ready to put in the work. They're saying he's in the film room. They say he's in his playbook, and that's what I want from Lamar Jackson, because I see him getting the keys sooner than later. I mean, Flacco is another one of those guys, seem to always be a little banged up too, man. So, I mean, they got RG3 on that roster too, but, I mean, when we're talking about banged up.
That's true.
Talking about banged up, I mean, I'm ready for Lamar to get the keys, bro.
I believe Lamar is ready to get them too. Now, I am concerned. We can move forward, but I read it said that RG3 is, what's the word they use? He's like mentoring Lamar. And when I read that, I said, Lamar, get away from Robert. Get
this the guy that was worried about his brand before he, please.
Yeah, this is the same guy that his whole team hated him. He got the hell knocked out of him, and they wouldn't even help him up. They go line back up in the huddle and wait on him to get his own ass up off the field.
Don't listen to that guy.
Yeah, Lamar, don't even sit by him, fam. If that's the only empty seat, stand up. Don't fool with Robert. And I like RG3, but I don't want him ruining Lamar. But we can move forward, bro.
Spade, I don't know if you heard,
yes,
but Reggie Bush had a case against the Rams. So Reggie Bush filed, Reggie Bush filed a case against the, I think they was the St. Louis Rams at that time. They was playing in the Dome, and Reggie Bush was with the 49ers. He was running to the sideline, and Reggie Bush, he got pushed, tore his whole knee up, and was going. That was pretty much the end of Reggie Bush. That was pretty much the end of Reggie Bush, babe. I don't think we seen Reggie Bush.
Do you know why I remember that?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I got to stop you. Do you know why I remember that?
Why?
Because I told you that year in fantasy football, I said, bruh, it's late. I'm picking up Reggie Bush. Mm-hmm. And do you know what you said to me?
What I said?
You said, Spade, Reggie Bush, and I'm going to use your lingo.
Go ahead.
He don't mean it literally before somebody get in their feelings. He said, Spade, do not pick up Reggie Bush. He can't stay healthy. Reggie would die on the field. That's what you said.
Yep.
And I said, nah, this is his year. And he got hurt. It was a kick return, too. It was a kick return. He was pushed out of bounds. I remember that play.
And he slipped. It was some concrete over there from the field.
I thought he broke his ass bone.
From the field, from the artificial turf to concrete, he slipped. Anybody that ever wore football cleats, they know on concrete, them joints is real slippery. Like, you can really slip and hurt yourself with cleats and concrete. And Reggie Bush tore his whole knee up, so he filed the lawsuit against the Rams and won a little bit over $12 million. Spade, gotta talk. Listen, man, Spade, you already know how I feel about. First of all these knee injuries. I told you, I think it has a lot to do with this turf, this artificial turf, this artificial grass. I think a lot of these knee injuries, a lot of these Achilles injuries has to do with that. Spade, I'm not mad at Reggie Bush getting his chips, but did you expect Reggie Bush to win this case, one? And do you see more teams trying to sue? I mean, Spade, it was a time people used to go like to the old Philly. I think it was called Veterans Field. Like Michael Irvin actually had like that pretty much ended his career because he got hit, and they said that Astro turf, that turf that was at Philadelphia Veterans Field, felt like falling on concrete. Also, it was like a play. Old Soldier Field used to have like all these patches of grass. Like they used to be out there stomping the grass back in the holes. It was lumps and stuff everywhere.
I'm so glad you said that. I was gonna bring that up.
Do you see more players saying, you know what, I got hurt in these bad conditions in this stadium? Do you see more players filing lawsuits? Is following Reggie Bush because Reggie Bush got the dub?
I don't, and I say that because. I mean, you ready to pop champagne for Reggie Bush, but hold on. The Rams are currently saying that they want another trial. You know what I'm saying? It say right here, reportedly, the Rams will file a motion for a new trial. So the Rams ain't ready to get them chips up just yet. $4.95 million in compensatory damages, $7.5 million in punitive damages. They really not ready to give that up. But you have been really hard on Fields with AstroTurf. And for a while there, I felt like I was sitting over here thinking like I got to remind LeParis that the reason why these artificial turf fields grew in numbers is because I think everybody prefers the real grass, but the maintenance and the upkeep on this grass has to be A1. And I keep going back to this college player, man. You know, I'm a Canes fan. Super Cooper, look it up. It was a kick returner in a bowl game. And the previous night, it had been like a high school state championship game on that field. And that field was in terrible condition. And it was real grass. But he was returning the kick. He went to plant his cleats or whatever, stuck weird in the grass. And he tore his knee to pieces. So I still think, the players would prefer to play on regular grass. But the maintenance for it has to be A1. And if it can't be A1, then I still think AstroTurf is the safer alternative. So I don't know, man. I don't think this is the end of this story at all. Like this thing right here probably gonna be tied up in court. It's already been in court for some years, right? A couple years, maybe. Yeah. This shit gonna be tied up in court for at least another couple years, man. Before it's in, before it's paid out. Like the Rams ain't finna lay down and take that. And let's be honest, what is it like 12.4 mil? I think it came up to. Yeah. Like the Rams ain't gonna miss that, man. Like y'all just made that being on Hard Knocks a couple years ago. Get this man his chips. But they gonna hang this shit up in court for at least 2 more years. And most players, unless it's a Reggie Bush case where their career is over, man, they ain't got all day to go back and forth about this. So, as of right now, I don't expect it to grow into a trend. I really don't.
Now, let me say this too. It's not. I played ball and I played on artificial turf, and I like artificial turf too. I just noticed like the players are getting bigger, faster, stronger. We know, and the way these guys are planting, and I'm telling you, that AstroTurf do not give like natural grass. Now I agree with you 100%. Everybody don't got A1 landscaping. Like I said, I can name numerous. You remember like the old Raiders in the old San Fran fields used to have a baseball field on it. They used to be playing in the dirt.
Candlestick, hell yeah. Like, the Raiders had that joint too.
Like
you run right through the base
path. Your landscaping really got to be on point. So I understand that, and especially if you have natural grass in a place where it rain a lot, like Chicago. When it rain, it get all muddy and it's cold. Like it's just a messy situation, man. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it's only like a handful of teams, and not even like 5, like maybe less, that have natural grass still. I want to say Lambeau is still one that have natural grass. I could be wrong, but a lot of teams really is going with artificial turf. I understand why. Of course, players like these players is running 4.240s, 4.140s now, man. Like me.
It used to be I was the only person running that damn fast, bro.
Grass. I understand that before somebody come in the comment section and be like, "Oh, the artificial makes them faster." I get it, but it's also tearing up a lot of knees and and messing up a lot.
Achilles injuries are at an all-time high, Paris.
Arguments, but give me natural grass, man.
Yeah, I agree, bro. Can we shift over to the association? So I know what you're thinking. You're like, wait a minute. The league is over. The association is over.
We got baseball. Hold up. We got baseball. Yes. We got baseball.
No, we don't. No, my TV don't get those channels. I don't get baseball.
World Cup?
Nah, I don't get that either. That's over, B. That's over. Shout out to
bro.
Nah.
The soccer?
Oh. Damn. So what I'm talking about? Oh, the Stanley Cup. It's 2 different cups.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you was talking about the Stanley Cup.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's over.
No. I'm talking about the World Cup, the soccer. Football?
Congratulations to the Caps. Hell no. Who?
Football. Ain't that how they say it? I don't know.
Bro.
Soccer.
It's called soccer, bro. Relax.
Whoa, bro. You get crucified.
Hold on. I won't spend a lot of time on
bro, for calling it soccer, bro. They take that serious.
It is soccer. I don't care. Listen, I won't spend a lot of time on this, but we got to talk about the NBA Finals. I missed it. You was gone last week. I wanted to record, and you was nowhere to be found. So we got to talk it this week.
So this is my
fault. The NBA Finals is over, bro. And the Cleveland Cavaliers got swept. The good guys lost, okay? The Cavaliers got swept. But that's not what I want to talk about. I don't think either of us had the Cavs winning.
Nope.
I don't think anybody with any marbles in their head had the Cavs winning. What I want to talk about is after Game 4, once the Cavs were swept and it was over, LeBron James came to the post-game, whatever you want to call it, interview.
Press conference.
With his hand wrapped. Yeah, that thing. With his hand wrapped. And he said basically after Game 1, he kind of broke his hand. Like, I don't know what kind of mean, but he basically saying his hand was broken since Game 1.
Yeah, they said he hit like a whiteboard or something. He hit a whiteboard.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and let's be honest. Can you blame him? You see how Game 1 ended? I wanted to hit something too, and probably not a whiteboard. Probably a J.R. Smith or some shit.
Yeah.
But Pete, there are photos of LeBron's hands in game after Game 1, and his right hand is obviously swollen. You know what? I'm going to take a step further. I'm going to include this photo in the doggone podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, I want you to see the photo. LeParis, couple of things. One, do you think his hand is broken, or was it just, like he hit it, it was swollen? Two, do you really, because a lot of people, including ex-NBA player Steven Jackson, bruh, they going at LeBron's head about this. And they saying that he making an excuse, and it was really cheesy for him to show up with the hand wrapped when it wasn't wrapped the entire time. How do you feel about it?
Listen, I kind of agree with it. If you hurt your hand and it was broke, is he saying it was broke? Come on, man. If it's
what that mean?
If it's broke, then why you don't have a cast on after Game 1 or Game 2 or Game 3? All
right, go ahead.
I'm not saying it's not broken. I'm just saying the dynamics of it look bad when you show up after you've been swept with this cast on. When you've been coming to every post-game conference, press conference, and haven't mentioned the hand wasn't wrapped, hand ain't have an ace band on it, nothing. Then you just come up with a cast on your joint after game 4, after it's over. It just don't fit. It just don't sit right with me. But I'm not saying it's not true. He probably did hit the whiteboard. His hand probably was hurting or hurt some way, shape, or form. I don't. Well, I guess it would depend on where it's broken at. But I don't know if somebody can play basketball at a professional level with a broke hand and it's your shooting hand. I don't know, Spade. And it was a couple of, I seen a couple of clips and they were saying look right here. You could tell he's hurt. He's kind of getting the Steph Curry treatment. He was kind of getting the Steph Curry treatment because they was like, look, he missed the layup. You could tell he was hurt right there. LeBron would have dunked that, or he would have later. He would have been able to make the layup. I don't like coming to the press conference with the cast after the fact. I would have just left it alone. I wouldn't even mentioned it. I would have let those other guys. It's funny that it came out right after they lost Game 4. I don't like it. As far as the NBA Finals, let me just say this, Spade, then I'll throw it to you. If anybody, Spade, me and you, anybody that's been a long time viewer of our show, we said this 4 years ago. We was like, yo, if LeBron is in the East, 9 times out of 10, LeBron is going to be in the Finals. And we said 4 years ago, that the Warriors were on the brink of a dynasty. We looked how they played that final, and we was like, whoa, they might be on to something. And then they added KD.
Yep.
And then they added KD.
Yeah.
We said that they was on the brink of a dynasty before they added KD. Then they added KD. So if anybody was shocked, I seen a lot of people throwing a lot of shade at LeBron, saying, oh, LeBron, he playing damn near 3-4 All-Stars. Come on, man. I hate to say it, but a band of misfits. You got JR out there, head not in the game. Hill couldn't hit a shot.
Ty Lue.
Oh,
hell, Ty Lue had one in the game apparently.
Sure. I mean, and on top of that, LeBron, I'm doing quote fingers over his Spade, broke his hand. So I mean, it was all around. Even with 100% LeBron, they still wasn't going to beat the Warriors. So it don't matter. We said it 4 years ago. The Warriors are on the brink of a dynasty. I still feel that way. But it's a little. I'm going to just throw this out here because it's not on the docket, Spade. Draymond Green made a little statement, said, I'm not taking an extension. I'll play this 1 year, play my contract out, because if Draymond makes an All-NBA team, Defensive Player of the Year, or MVP, then Draymond the next year can get the Supermax. So Draymond want to get his chips. He like, these rings is cool and all, but I want to get my chips. Go ahead, Spade.
Smart man. All right, let me set the world straight on this LeBron James stuff, LaParis, including you.
Okay.
Now, what we got here is typically not a debate show. We just come out here and spit actual factuals. And every once in a while, you get out of line, and I have to put you back in line. Let me put you back in line.
Out of line?
And let me address Steven Jackson. You're very out of line to come at LeBron like that.
Oh, Lord.
Let me say, dog, I'm a Steven Jackson fan, and I mean that. I was a fan of him when he hooped, and I'm a fan of him even post-career, because he calls it like he see it, and I respect that. Sometimes he see it wrong, and he see it wrong here. He said something I ain't like, dog. He said LeBron quit. LeBron damn near averaged a triple-double in this shit.
Yeah,
what was he supposed to do, Steven? I'm going to tell you something else I got a problem with Steven Jackson comments. After Houston got beat, and Trevor Ariza went out there and had one of the most embarrassing conference finals performances that I can remember in my entire life, Steven Jackson took to social media and said that he wanted to shout out Trevor Ariza, and it was somebody else. Clearly, Steven Jackson don't like James Harden. That's fine. But he said, I think it was Eric Gordon. It either was Eric Gordon and Trevor Ariza, or it was maybe Gerald Green and Trevor Ariza. It wasn't even PJ Tucker. It wasn't even PJ.
Oh, okay.
Matter of fact, now do me a favor. Look up his social while I'm talking to see if you can find it.
Okay.
But the thing that blew my mind was after Trevor Ariza went, whatever he went, 0 for 12, 1 for 12, whatever it was, Steven Jackson found a way to compliment that performance but then went on TV and said that this man quit. This guy who in game 3 put up 33, 10, and 11, and even in the closeout game, well, you could say he wasn't as aggressive as he needed to be, if you want to say that, because he only had 13 takes. He still put up 23, 7, and 8 with a block, and you say that he quit? And he had 5 fouls, so he was in foul trouble, so obviously he probably didn't play. Well, he still played 41 minutes, so I can't even give him that. But still, I got a problem with that. Now, let's go back to the question at hand. Everybody says, hold on, if Bron hurt his hand after game 1, why didn't we see a cast? You ever shot ball with a cast? Like, I mean, you probably in pain certain breaks. Now, I'm not saying like his hands broke.
Well, I'm not saying he should have played the game with the cast. That's not what I'm saying.
So just rock it in between games? What is that going to do? If he had like a fracture, let's say he had like a hairline fracture.
Like I said, maybe not a cast, but at least an ace band that you can take off. That's what I said.
But what, I mean, maybe, but what would it have helped with if he was going to have to hoop the next night? You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not even necessarily saying you. It's just so many folks was coming at Bron crazy. They was coming at this man crazy. 33 years old. He has carried this team, and I'm not one of those folks to think this Cavaliers team is just trash. I don't necessarily think they're using all their pieces in the most efficient way. The example I gave, Randy Moss was a hell of a NFL player. If you wanted to use him as a linebacker, I don't think he ends up in the Hall of Fame. Like, you got to be smart enough to know how to use your pieces, and I don't know that the Cavs are always using their pieces properly. But whatever you want to say, 7-game series after 7-game series, LeBron fought and clawed and carried this team to the finals. Put up half a hundo in game 1, which easily should have been a win. And I hate to do that woulda, coulda, shoulda. But who knows how the series would have changed if the Cavaliers come out and win game 1. And I don't like the whole LeBron quit moniker. I don't like the fact that folks going at him like, oh, LeBron's lying about his hand. Is it broken so to pieces? Is it crushed?
You can't see.
Go ahead.
You can't see that it just looked bad. I'm not saying it's a lot. I'm just saying it looked bad. The same
it looks
way.
Bad.
Let me just say this: the same way when Cam Newton was all dancing and doing this thing during that season, and then they lost the Super Bowl, and Cam Newton ain't want to hear none of that, and he walked off. I'm not even saying that's wrong. I'm saying it looked bad. It just looked bad. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It looks bad because we want, at the end of the day, man, we want these players to be cyborgs. We want them to be non-human. Bro, it's a photo flying around of 25% of Draymond Green's finger in LeBron's eye socket.
Yeah, I remember.
This shit is in his eye.
Yeah.
And he never bitched about that. He played the rest of the series with this blood clot on his eyeball. And I just don't like the narrative. I don't like that as soon as they lose a series that we knew he was going to lose because they didn't have enough talent. And I don't think his team is bad, but let's be honest. They don't have the talent to match Golden State. A colossal performance in that series, dog. He averaged 34 points. He averaged 10 dimes and 9 rebounds. He was a rebound off of averaging a triple-double. And people come out and say, oh, that's whack. LeBron quit. Or LeBron lying by his hand.
That ain't what I'm saying. Like, clearly the numbers is amazing.
We want LeBron after a sweep. We want LeBron to know his hand is jacked up.
You already know this. It's either you like LeBron or you hate LeBron. There's no in between, man.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
I'm just seeing a lot of folks jumping on, and I don't like that. If Steven Jackson can compliment Trevor Ariza after a 1-12 game, you better find something damn nice to say. He probably deleted that damn shit because it was dumb. But you better find something nice to say about this dude right here who went out there and showed tremendous heart and fight at 33 years old. And I'm sure fatigue is a factor too. LeBron played more minutes this year than anybody. And he had the longest road to the damn finals with all of those 7-game series. I'm not finna let folks come for LeBron like LeBron went out there and shit the bed. LeBron ain't the reason why that shit was a 4-game sweep. It wasn't LeBron's fault. And I really got an issue with that. I got the photos up behind us. You can see it. The photos of the man's hand. His hand is clearly swollen. Like I said, it could be like a little hairline fracture or whatever. A lot of times when you get a fracture, they don't even give you a cast because it ain't going to do shit anyway. Like, it don't It don't heal nothing up. But after the 4-game series, you're swept. It's over. You're pissed off. You're frustrated. You're human. Got to throw that in there because people be forgetting that shit. I know if you could take a finger to the eye socket, people think, well, damn, maybe he is a robot. He's actually human, though. After the loss, you come out and it's something in you that just want to be like, damn, I probably could have did more. My hand's been hurting, and folks saying, oh, well, why didn't he say it earlier? Because y'all would have buried him in game 2. If he came out after game 1 and say, I hurt my hand, they would have been like, oh, look at LeBron. LeBron finna make excuses for the rest of the way. So he didn't say shit. He fought through it after it was over. Yeah, it would have been great for him to not mention anything and just sit up there with his hand behind him and not say a damn thing. And if he'd have come back 10 years later and said, you know what? In the 2018 finals, I think I broke my hand after game 1. You know what folks still would say? Look at LeBron lying. So everybody like, why would he say it now? What difference do it make? Anytime he said it, folks was going to crucify him for it. So you want Bron to break his hand and never mention it? Like, I want to ask people, when is it okay for Bron to say his hand broke? Like, if he'd have said it after game 2, would you guys have been okay with it? And I know you would not have. You still would have thought it was an excuse. And the dude can't win, bro. And Bron, it's kind of your fault for taking your ass back to Cleveland. You had it made in the shade, Trey 05, MIAO, riding around in the dump. And you want to take your goofy ass back to Cleveland. All right, all right.
Spade, I asked you numerous times,
relax,
bro. I asked you numerous.
Should have kept his ass in mind.
I asked you numerous times. This year.
What you asked me?
This NBA season.
What you asked me, bro?
Is LeBron leaving Cleveland? And you said no.
Yeah, I said that.
Have your thoughts changed? Change your heart?
This is what I'll say, LaParis. And this is going to be the topic of conversation on sports shows for the next, until he makes the announcement. Every day. They're going to talk it every day.
Spade, you told me no.
The thing is
I asked you numerous times.
LaParis, it's a long answer. I can't make this answer come out any quicker. It's a long answer.
Bro, it's a yes or no, bro.
No, it's not. It's not a yes or no. It's a long answer. LeBron technically should be looking for other teams based off of this if he wants to win a ring. The reason why I don't think he does, because there's no place LeBron can go that makes them better than Golden State.
A lot of speculation that we're going to get into in the next topic. Go ahead.
The only team close is Houston, and they'll have to move so much that it still would be next year a 34-year-old Bron playing 40 minutes a game. So, I mean, he might as well just stay. Well, his hand to be healed up by then, LaParis. Jeez, how long you think a fracture lasts? Relax.
I don't know.
But what he's going to have to do, I think he stays in Cleveland, LaParis. But what he's going to have to do is he's got to move around some folks. He's got to get some folks out of there. He's got to get some new folks in.
Wow.
That's what he's got to do. And y'all going to get all Bron back.
Stays in Cleveland.
LaParis, I just answered this. He's going to stay, but he's got to get some help. Okay?
Who?
What about you? Can you make a jumper?
Who?
Bron might take you. Can you make a wide open jumper?
I'm trash at basketball.
Can you call time out? Do you know the score?
Bro, everybody kept growing and I had stopped at like 5'9", 5'10". I stopped.
But, bro, can you know the score? Because, I mean, right about now, the requirements ain't even that high to be a teammate. If you can just look at the damn scoreboard and know whether or not you're up or not, you got a chance.
Too, Tyronn Lue. I can coach.
Shit. The way JR been shooting, I think I might can match his shooting. And y'all know my jumper, bro. I might can match JR shooting,
like
bro.
$14 million a year. It's crazy.
Sign me the hell up. Bron, if nothing else, listen, I'm working around the whole game. Every time I pass LeBron, I'm like, we up 3. He gonna tell me to stop telling him to score. I'm gonna know that damn score. You can bet your ass on that. I might can't defend nobody, but I'm gonna know the score. We can move forward, bro. Y'all can leave Bron alone,
6 fouls. I tell you that. I tell you what,
don't use 6. Use 5.
You know what? I'm off the finals. They got swept. I ain't even half watched Game 4, man. I ain't watched that shit. But like I said, if anybody was thinking this was gonna go any other way, I mean, they like you said, they lost their mind.
They don't watch the sport. Yeah, they don't watch the sport.
But Spade, you talking about LeBron on the move? It's a few other players that won out and may be on the move. One, Paul George. We don't know what Paul George is going to do. It's a lot of reports that Paul George could be headed to LA. But down in San Antonio, Kawhi Leonard, big report came out yesterday. Was it yesterday? Friday? Came out yesterday.
Yes.
That said Kawhi Leonard wants out of San Antonio. He does not want to play with the Spurs no more. And the crazy thing is, earlier in the week, they was like Kawhi Leonard and Pop are going to get together and they're going to talk about maybe signing a super deal. And now reports that I don't know if that meeting went terribly wrong and Kawhi got out that meeting and was like, man, I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
I don't even think they met. They didn't meet.
But Kawhi wants out of San Antonio. Now, before you go, Spade, you said where can LeBron go? It's been reports, a lot of rumors. You gotta take rumors with a grain of salt. A lot of reports that the Celtics are interested in Kawhi. The Los Angeles Lakers, the Los Angeles Clippers are interested in Kawhi. And they were saying that the Lakers can move a lot of assets around, get LeBron, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard. So first, I want you to start with Kawhi wanting out of San Antonio, and then just talk about all the rumors, man. Where do you see Kawhi Leonard landing if he is on a move?
First of all, the whole Kawhi wants out of San Antonio thing shocked people. And I don't know why. Like, the writing has been on the wall. Not only was Kawhi not playing, when it got to the point that other San Antonio Spurs players was coming out in press conferences, kind of throwing shots at Kawhi. Look, we talked about it here on the show. The Spurs had a players-only meeting where they approached Kawhi and told Kawhi in so many words, we don't believe your ass is really hurt and we want you to come play with us. So I don't know who in the world thought Kawhi was going to walk right back into that situation. Pop was throwing shots. Folks was like, Pop, what's going on with Kawhi? He was like, well, you're going to have to talk to Kawhi's people. I mean, I guess that's up to Kawhi's people. The Spurs never liked that.
He also, I didn't mean to cut you off, but he also threw a shot, I think, after their playoff run was over, and they asked him about LaMarcus Aldridge, and he said LaMarcus Aldridge was outstanding this year, came to work every day. Like, everybody knew that was a shot at Kawhi Leonard. Man.
Yeah, the relationship was definitely damaged at this point, and I was really shocked that people were shocked. Folks was like, oh, Kawhi,
I mean, maybe they thought it could be repaired because last year LA was asking for a trade. So maybe they thought it can get fixed.
Yeah, but it wasn't like this. Like, I don't feel like LA was ever getting attacked by his own franchise. He was never being questioned like Kawhi was. Like, this entire year, people question whether or not. Imagine every day the people who's supposed to be your partners, who's supposed to have your back, basically accusing you of being a liar. I don't know about y'all, but I will find a new group of people to call my partners. And that's exactly what Kawhi is going to do. Now let's move forward to the next thing. Everybody has interest. Listen, everybody could use a great two-way player. Mm-hmm. Everybody. Especially one who doesn't really care about money. The reason why the reason why they were shocked that he's leaving is because he's eligible for the Supermax. And everybody went, oh, Supermax. But let me tell you how the Spurs tried to moonwalk, Lopez. They tried to go Michael Jackson on us. Mm-hmm. First, the Spurs said, Kawhi's going to have to play another season for us, and he's going to have to re-qualify for that Supermax. He's got to prove to us that he's a Supermax player. And then when Kawhi was like, yeah, I don't want to be here anyway, everybody was like, whoa, you going to walk away from the Supermax? Y'all was just dangling the Supermax over old boy head on some bribery shit. He's out. All right, now let's talk about this. The Phoenix Suns are reportedly, they ready to probe trading. They want to trade their number one pick for Kawhi. Everybody wants Kawhi. The only problem is, according to what we're hearing, Kawhi wants to land in one place and one place only, L.A. He don't care if it's the Lakers or the Clippers. He prefers the Lakers. He'll go to the Clippers. He wants to go to L.A. Quiet-ass Kawhi, who don't even have the internet to know that cornrows is out of style, wants to go to L.A.
Hey, Spade.
He wants to go to L.A.
He went to San Diego State, so it's the California love thing, man. You get it. Come on.
I get it. But I'm saying, the Clippers, would that be a better situation?
I don't know. You add Kawhi with Lou Williams. I mean, they was a couple games out of the playoffs. Maybe Kawhi. I feel like Kawhi can get him 10 games.
Yeah. Well, the only hope of that happening is also if the lure of Kawhi keeps DeAndre Jordan, who wants out. DeAndre wants out.
Yeah.
So shit. I mean,
maybe that'll make old boy stay. Maybe that'll make. For
that's
whatever
what I'm saying.
Reason,
maybe that'll get him to stay.
DeAndre Jordan came out maybe it's a month or two ago. said he want to go to Dallas, who he signed the contract with, who he basically backed out of that when they pretty much locked him in the house. Now he came out maybe a month ago. He said he want to go to Dallas. I mean,
he want to go anywhere. He just feel like if he go to Dallas, that's close enough to Houston that he still can hang out with Chris Paul. Now, I don't know. But seriously, bro, everybody wants Kawhi. If you were Greg Popovich, are you trading Kawhi where he wants to go after you feel like he screwed you over and lied for an entire season?
I'm definitely not trading Kawhi in the West. I actually think...
I might send him to the West. I ain't sending his ass to L.A., to either one of them L.A.s. You sitting here telling me that L.A. where you want to be, I'll make sure that's the last damn place you go.
I hate to say it because I was kind of caping for them during the playoffs, but you already know I hate them. But the Celtics got the better assets, I think.
Oh, well, the Celtics got better everything.
So let me ask you, would you, if you could get a first round pick, whatever it may be from the Celtics, if you can get Jaylen Brown, and you know it's a lot of reports about Kyrie Irving, and they throw in Kyrie. Now it's reports that Kyrie may want to go to the Knicks, but we'll see how that pan out. But if they say, yo, give us Kawhi, we'll give you a first round pick, Jaylen Brown, and Kyrie Irving, you doing that trade?
Hell yeah. If I'm San Antonio?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Listen, you get Kyrie, who's an upgrade at everything they got at the one. I'm sorry, Patty Mills. That's an upgrade of everything they got.
DeJounte Murray. They gonna kill me about that dude's name. I always mess that dude's name up. DeJounte.
Yeah, shit kind of tricky. Listen, man, you lose Kawhi and you replace him with Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is not Kawhi, but Jaylen Brown has potential to be
I think he's a solid two-way player, man.
I like Jaylen Brown.
Me too.
I like Jaylen Brown.
Me too.
And a pick? Yeah, but if I'm Pop, you know what I'm doing? Even if it hurt the team. Sending his ass to Memphis.
Come on, Spade.
It's a shit showdown now.
Come on, Spade.
You want out? Go to Memphis. Take your ass to Memphis.
Come on, Spade.
That's what I'm doing.
Chandler Parsons, who you getting from Memphis, bro?
Give me y'all pick. What's y'all pick?
Nah, you gotta get more than that. That's not enough. Like I'm gonna need y'all first round pick for like the next 3 years or something. Like that's not enough. That's not enough, bro.
Let me see.
You gonna have to give me Mark.
Take a glance at their roster.
You gonna have to give me Mark Gasol. Mike Conley always hurts, so I don't even want Mike Conley because he got that big contract.
Yeah, I don't know. Give me. You
got to get something else, babe. Kawhi, what?
Hold
Kawhi,
up, I'm looking.
Kawhi 25. How old is Kawhi? 26. Let me see how old Kawhi is. Hold up, Spade, because you.
Nah, you look that up. I'm still trying to see what I want in the trade.
How old is Kawhi?
I don't want Marc Gasol though. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I guess give me Tyreek Evans, maybe.
Oh,
give me Tyreek.
Oh, Kawhi about to be 27. He 29. His birthday June 29th.
Hey, that's my daughter's birthday. He had cancer. He a real one.
Yo, he 26 years old right now, man. He about to be 27. Who you gotta? Just that pick is not. What pick they got? The 6th pick.
They got a lottery pick. Hold up, I'm still working. I said give me Tyreek Evans too. I think
Tyreek Evans. They could have signed. No way. Spade. No way.
All right. Give me JaMychal Green.
Who?
Bro, I'm working on it, but all I know is I'm sending them to Memphis.
Bro, no way. They got the 4th pick in the draft, bro. Like you got.
Hell yeah.
Look, man.
Yes.
You gotta take. Yes. You would have to take. They would have to give me, and I ain't saying Marc Gasol is amazing, but he fits with.
You got Powell. How many Gasols you want?
Yeah, and crazy thing is, I think Powell about to make like 20 mil in the next year. Like he about to make like 18,
Let me see
19
if it's anywhere else
man.
I might send.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd be willing to send them to Atlanta or Orlando too. Let me see. Oh, Orlando got some pieces.
Spade.
Yep.
Orlando.
Send them to Orlando.
And what you getting back, Spade?
Hold on,
I'm pretty sure you taking their pick.
Oh, I'm definitely getting that pick. I ain't even feel like I had to say that. I might take Super Mario. Nah, give me AG. Give me Aaron Gordon. Give me AG.
Who?
Aaron Gordon, the dunk champ. Yep.
Jesus, I don't know, man.
Hell,
I need better assets than that, man. I need better assets for Kawhi.
Listen, you can't really strong arm like that, bro. The whole world know this man don't like you.
A Finals MVP,
bro,
Spade.
He wants out. That changes things. He wants out. It ain't like you sitting over here with all the leverage. Spurs ain't got all the leverage. The only leverage they got is, look, this man gonna leave us anyway.
They can definitely get better than Aaron Gordon. Come on.
All right, I'll take Vooch. I'll take Vooch and they pick.
Bro, you might as well just do that Boston deal. That Boston deal is way better than that.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, then he going to be happy. Then he going to go to Boston and go to the Eastern Conference
You just
Finals.
worry about your team. Don't worry about how you going to feel over there.
Nah, but I'm mad, though. I'm mad.
Man.
I'm mad that he want to leave.
You need to be putting together the best deal for your team. You talking about sending him to Memphis because you want to punish him, and then you taking back nothing. Right. Taking back trash.
Exactly. That's the game plan.
No way.
Make his life hell. I'm Greg Popovich. I'm old anyway. I'm probably gonna coach another couple years and hang it up.
Jesus.
I don't give a shit. I'm out.
Hey. So the Laker thing with Bron, Paul George, Kawhi, you don't see that happening.
Not at all. First of all, they all play the same damn
0%?
5%. Matter of fact, I'm gonna hit you with I only give them a 20% chance of landing either of those guys.
The Lakers.
Don't nobody want to go out there and get ZO2 to drop a diss record on their ass. Who want to deal with that?
I know we on this topic for a long time, but let me ask you, because a lot of reports are saying this Laker thing it got some weight, it got some weight to it. But I'm thinking first of all, if they do, I don't know. I don't know if Paul George is a restricted free agent. I don't know. Maybe he can just automatically just sign over there. But if it's a sign and trade for any of these guys, whether it be Bron, Paul George, or Bron is free. I know Bron free. Or Kawhi, they definitely asking for a Randall or a Ingram or a Lonzo. Like something is coming back. So
Kuzma.
Let's Kuzma.
Not act like he can cook.
Yeah. So I mean, like people, you looking at you. Not you. I'm just saying, people looking at this Laker team like, oh, if they get Kawhi, Bron, and PG, they don't need nothing else. And I'm like, I don't know.
I
don't know.
Yeah, I think it's a chance. I think it's a legitimate chance that they don't land any of those guys. I hope they don't.
I hate the Lakers.
And I'm gonna take it a step further. Their best chance to land anybody is Paul George.
Well, yeah,
and it's not because Kawhi don't want to go. It's just if I'm not sending this guy where he wants to go. Why would I do that?
That kind of seemed like it had some weight reported by all the big NBA people, the sport writers and stuff, that said Paul George is heavily can't say the word. Anyway, he's like considering really signing back with Oklahoma City. Like, do you believe that, or you think that's just to like?
Yeah, I think it's a chance.
Oh, okay. I thought it was maybe to just stroke Westbrook ego or Oklahoma City fans, keep them honest, maybe.
Nah, but let me ask you this. And I'm not even being funny. It's gonna sound like I'm being funny, but I'm not. I'm asking you, the pairs. How would you pick your phone up and let Russ know you out?
Spade. I felt like it would have been. I felt like it would have been. I don't know how close. It depends on how close they are. They only was together for a year. Like, if the situation with him, like Westbrook and KD, was a little different from Paul George and Westbrook. And I'm not saying you making that comparison, but I feel like Paul George need to tell Russ. But I mean, Paul George, if I'm Paul George, I don't care what Russ say. I was only here for a year, man, and for whatever reason, we couldn't figure it out. And Melo is a shell of himself. And I heard this NBA season, off season has been crazy. I heard reports that Melo may opt out. Melo's an idiot if he opt out, because he's not getting that bread anywhere else.
Wherever you saw that report, unfollow and block them right now.
Well, it was Stephen A. Smith. I know we don't like talking about other people.
Block him.
It was Stephen A. Smith. And
block
he said
him.
That
and send him a tweet and say, block me back. That way you make sure y'all don't accidentally
run into
each other.
He said that Carmelo is considering opting out. And I'm like, that's dumb, because he's not going to get anywhere near that bread anywhere.
And that don't make... This the same guy that just said he ain't even willing to come off the bench. You think he willing to leave millions of dollars on the table? I don't.
And we know Melo like his money, but I feel it that if I'm Paul George, I wouldn't care how Westbrook feel. I was only there for a year. Like I said, I don't know how close they are, but in terms of KD should have picked up that phone and called this man's Spade. Me and you been doing SAS for some years now. If a sports show call and say, hey, blah blah blah, I will pick up the phone and call you. I ain't just going to dip and just be like, yo, anybody seen my mans? And then you see me on TV or on some other show and be like, oh, what's going on? That's messed up, yo.
Lopez, let me ask you this. They don't have to have a great relationship. If Paul George leave and go to the Lakers, don't they play OKC a few times?
Yeah.
Do you want to deal with that?
So you're telling me that you don't think Paul George is going to leave because he don't want to deal with angry Westbrook?
I'm not saying that's why he won't leave. I'm saying that's why I'll put some stock into him not leaving.
Okay.
Like, it's a part of you that kind of feels sorry for Russell Westbrook and how everything went down. People made Russell Westbrook out to be this terrible guy, this terrible player.
Not me. I love Russ.
Yeah, but look, LaParis, the rest of the world didn't watch those games that OKC was up 3-1 and choked. They think that KD was just sitting there like this wanting the ball and Russ was shooting him out the game. They didn't see all them damn bricks that Kevin Durant was throwing up right alongside Russell Westbrook.
He was throwing them
shits up with him. They was chucking.
Too, though.
Nah, they don't see that. So everybody kind of turned on Russ. It's a part of you that kind of feels sorry for him as it is. And he just go out there and play hard and he just try to win. You know, look, Victor Oladipo came over. That didn't work. Everybody blamed Russ. Anytime something don't work, everybody blame Russ. And I can see it being a thing where you play with him for a year and you admire this man hard and you go, damn, man, like, this shit ain't work. And everybody's blaming him. And I know I could have played better. Or I know I didn't. It never really felt
Paul George go 2
right
and 18. I don't want to hear nothing from Paul George.
I mean, but Paul had some good games.
He did.
He didn't have no good game in that closeout game, but that's
18, I think.
Now we got to move forward. We've been on this shit.
I know. We was just all over the place, right? A lot of things happen in the NBA. Go ahead.
All right, man. Let's talk about. Look, I took some heat for this, so I'm gonna back up and I'm gonna say it again so I can take more heat because apparently I like heat. But I'm on record as saying I think Marvin Bagley III is gonna be a better pro than DeAndre Ayton. If you want to attack me, my Twitter is @KSpade.
I thought his name was Kevin Bagley.
But this guy right here does not watch college basketball in the slightest.
I thought his name was Kevin Bagley.
Hey, and his goofy ass will fill out a bracket like he know what's going on. Anyway, folks, Marvin Bagley III, his name is in the media right now because he just inked a 5-year deal.
I don't mean to cut you off, bro, but I'd be like, what's their mascot? Yeah, I like the way it looked.
That's the Tiger? Oh, yeah, the Tigers, they win this.
Yeah, that's what I do. Go ahead.
Anyway, man, my dude just inked a 5-year deal with Puma. And whereas this should be great news, like, hey, this is rumored, because we haven't seen specific numbers yet, but it is rumored to be the second largest rookie deal right behind your boy, LePair.
Who's my boy? Kawhi?
You know who your boy
Michael
is.
Jordan?
That's not your boy.
Westbrook?
Yeah, okay. He gonna play crazy. Right behind Kevin Durant.
Oh,
so check this out. The reason why it kind of got everybody scratching their head is because Marvin Bagley is allegedly tied to Nike. We was all expecting this guy to sign with Nike, and he signed with Puma. Now, I got a couple of questions for you, LeBears. One, will you rock some Pumas?
No.
That's one.
No.
Wait.
No.
It's a compound. You can't just say no.
Yeah, I can.
So you'll go cop your chick some Fenties from Rihanna. Those are Pumas.
I love Rihanna though.
Uh-huh.
Hi Rihanna.
Okay, so you don't like, as you call him, Kevin Bagley, huh?
I didn't even know the kid's name. That should tell you all you need to know about bags. How I feel about bags.
Part 2 of this thing though.
I mean,
do you feel like, because look, it's two different things. It's some folks who feel like, whoa, maybe Bagley went away from Nike because he wanted to dispel the rumors that they are tied together?
Maybe.
Or do you think he went away from Nike because Nike flat out wasn't offering that bag?
I mean,
what do you think it is?
It all comes down to that money. If Nike would have broke the bank, wouldn't nobody had cared about that probe, about whoever giving his AAU team and paying his, they wouldn't have cared. If Nike would have offered that bag, bags would have been with Nike. Kevin would have been with Nike. Listen. Now, I want to start off by saying hi, Rihanna. I love Rihanna. So, yeah, my chick wants some Rihanna stuff. Yeah, she can have it. I love Rihanna. I help make Rihanna rich. Love Rihanna. But anyway, Spade, let me ask you. You the sneaker dude. You know I don't even rock kicks. Listen, I'm not a sneaker dude. I'm from Jersey. Anybody from Jersey. Let me say this. Anybody from northern New Jersey, because I said this before on this show, and people be like, nah, I don't know what part of Jersey you. I'm from northern New Jersey. Up there by New York and stuff. Anybody from northern New Jersey know. We rock Timbs, we rock boots and stuff. We wear sneakers, but not like how the rest of the world wear. We rock Timbs. And anybody disagreeing with that, they ain't never live in northern New Jersey. But anyway.
Oh, Lord.
These just facts. But Spade, you know, I see some kicks I like. What I do, Spade? I send you the tweet. Like, what's up with these? Is this price right? So you the sneaker dude. I remember we had this conversation a while ago about Jumpmans. When I was like, yo, is people rocking Chris Paul's? Or people rocking them Carmelo Anthony's? And you was like, nah. And people is rocking Jordans. They rocking the number series. That's what people rocking. That's what they rocking.
Right.
I'm asking you, a sneaker guy. Now you got Wayaways, you got Yeezys, you got Jordans, you got all type of sneakers. Are you rocking some Marvin Bagleys from Puma? Are you rocking some Puma?
I mean, they might be fly. See, here's the thing. I don't know if I'm the right person to ask because I'm the only person I know that own Li Nings, and I own more than one pair of Li Nings. Like, I dabbled twice in the Wayaways. Dwayne Wade, hit your boy up, man. I be buying them heavy ass shoes you got. Them shits is heavy. They heavy. But here's the thing, man. Adidas has surpassed Nike as, like, when you look at their sales, Nike's been king for a long time. Like, we got accustomed to seeing Nike up there, right? Adidas, I remember being upset when Nike and Kanye split ways right around the time of the Red October release. I wanted the Red Octobers. I didn't get them. That's neither here nor there. And when I heard that Kanye went to Adidas, I said, man, I don't know if folks rocking Adidas. Mm-hmm. But they did. They made them sexy. They made the brand sexy again. And there's a lot of sheeple out there. And sheeple just going to rock whatever people tell them is fly anyway. Now you get a chance to see Ultra Boost. And it's NMDs. It's a lot of Adidas out there being rocked. And it's turned to the sexy shoe. It has surpassed Nike. Now, I'm not saying that Puma's going to surpass Adidas and Nike. But if they can make a dope shoe, they already brought some brand awareness partnering up with Jay-Z and partnering up with Rihanna. If they can get something that looks fly, people will rock it. And I will rock it. Ultimately, LeParis, here's the thing. Big men don't sell shoes. Mm-hmm. Like, it ain't a lot of centers out there that's got a signature shoe that folks go, I got to get those Boogie Cousins. I got to get those Jokic's. Nobody ain't really saying that. I think the last big that really moved units of shoes was the Diesel, the most dominant player in the history of the game. Mm. So I don't know how this is going to go. Look, while you was talking, I found out something I didn't know. This is the second time Puma has signed a young player in the basketball realm. You want to know who the first one was?
Who?
Vince Carter.
Oh, yeah.
But peep game. It was a 5-year deal with Vince Carter, and it was short-lived. Mm. In the second year, they split ways. Vince and Puma both was like, "This ain't really the move." I gotta look back. I don't remember Vince Carter having no Pumas, fam.
Bro, they said Vince Carter paid Puma $13 million to leave.
Oh yeah, that must mean that shit was going.
He said
terrible.
He said that they hurt his feet.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's what Vince Carter said, bro. But Spade,
they done got better. They got new technology now, Vince.
Let me ask you this though, Spade, seriously. I think Bagley averaged like 21 in college, man. Like, do you think he's worth this contract? I guess you're worth what you can get. So I ain't saying it that way. I'm just talking about skill wise. Right. Do you see him living up to being, deserving the biggest contract as a rookie deal since KD. Like, you think he's gonna be able to live up to that? It's also reports that Puma is trying to get Trae Young as well. But speaking of Bagley, like, do you think he's gonna be able to, do you think he deserve that?
Bro, I think he gonna have a better pro career than DeAndre Ayton. Every time I say that, people come for my neck.
Wow.
Bro, I watched this kid play at Duke. This kid look like he get it, man. And he's young. He only like 19.
You ain't watch nobody college basketball. Cut it out.
Bro, I seen Bagley, and I want the Hawks to take Bagley.
Hey, you know what's crazy?
Yeah, I think he's
they
deserving.
Are comparing. I've been talking to you a lot about mock drafts because the mock drafts got Orlando taking another big. That's another story. We ain't even gonna get into that. They got them taking
Orlando
another big.
Don't care.
But let me ask you this: they are comparing Ayton to David Robinson, bro. David Robinson. That's his comparison. You agree with that?
Wow. I don't. I mean, I feel like that's a reach. I saw David Robinson get 71 points in a game one time. I can't see
people don't like David Robinson, but David Robinson was a beast, bro.
David was that dude. Bro, you can get DeAndre Ayton the ball every damn time down, he ain't getting 71. I'm sorry, I don't see it. What's the comparison they got for Bagley? Out of curiosity, because I think he's gonna be a 4. KD
6'11", 235. He kind of
he's gonna be a 4.
I mean, KD probably.
I don't know about that KD.
Let me see what.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, KD 7'1". I don't care what nobody says.
I mean,
yeah, man, we can move forward.
But I'm happy for the kid getting his bread. But when I seen Puma, I was like, Puma. And then I didn't even know Rihanna. I knew she had a line, but I didn't know her line was with Puma. Rihanna,
yes.
Love Rihanna.
Chicks dig it.
I love Rihanna, bro. When this show pop, bro, you think I got a chance? Cause I'm trying to bag Rihanna. Sorry, baby. If you watching, sorry, baby.
I don't think you want the headache. I got you. I ain't gonna let you do that to yourself.
I want the headache, bro. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's move on.
The corner of Georgia and find you the bird of string they got down there. She ain't gonna be used to shit. You gonna take her to Red Lobster and she gonna think that's a 5-star date. I got you, fam.
Listen, man. We moving on. Spade. So, a lot of coaches have been on the move. A lot of coaches got fired before the season ended. After the season, a lot of people was out. We're going to talk about NBA coaches on the move. So, if you guys didn't know, the Hawks got a new guy. Lloyd Pierce is his name. Hornets got a new guy. James, I can't pronounce the dude's last name. Pistons got
Brago.
Bragos? That's Bragos? Pistons got Casey from the Raptors. Coach Bud went to the Bucks. Bickerstaff ended up getting the job, keeping his job with the Grizz. Tisdale went to the Knicks. Crawford, who was formerly of the Hornets, went to the Magic. He just won a job because he just moving from bad to worse. So I don't know who the hell the Suns got. I don't know who that guy. And the Raptors decided to keep somebody from Casey's staff. Named Nurse. Now let me just say this. The only reason I would go to the Toronto Raptors is if I had a boo-boo with them hiring a nurse. So if I had a boo-boo, I'd go up there and holler at Nurse. But I mean, if you gonna fight, let me ask you,
relax.
Let me ask you, if you gonna get rid of Casey, why would you keep somebody from his staff? Now a Raptor, shout out the Canadian Raptor. He's a Raptor fan, live in Canada. He said that this Nurse guy is allegedly, I'm doing quote fingers here, like an offensive guru. This dude know his offensive stuff.
Okay.
Why fire Casey? This dude was on his staff. If he Spade, first of all, which one of these coaches you think got the best gig?
Let's see. You
gotta go Coach Bud, right? With the Bucks.
I don't know, dog, because I think that team might be kind of limited. I think that team is limited. To be honest with you, it could end up being Casey.
The Pistons?
It could end up being Casey. Yeah. That could end up being the move.
I would say Coach Bud
is a great coach, man.
I was going to
say, who can't shoot.
I mean,
I don't know how super you can be if you
still
can't
damn near got 30, Spade. Like, are you going to stop throwing shade?
I tell you what.
You going to stop throwing shade to Giannis?
I mean, how super can you be if you ain't got a jumper? That's all I want to know. I tell you who. Look, I tell you what I don't have to think about. I know who got hosed. I know who about to get more gray hairs in their damn head.
Who that?
My boy Igor. Not Igor, no, Clifford. Steve Clifford.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know why he went from bad to worse. Like, he went from the Hornets who, they had Dwight Howard down there balling, man. And I've been hard on Dwight. For a minute, I wasn't a Dwight fan, but I like the way Dwight played ball this year, man. Now, it's reports that Kemba may be out. I was seeing also reports. I actually read when we was looking up topics for the show, Spade. I actually read this. It said, it's a report out there that Dame Lillard should be on the move. But I read they shouldn't trade Dame Lillard. They should trade C.J. McCollum and get C.J. McCollum out of Dame way. And I'm like, whoa. But, Kemba Walker's reports that he may be on the move. So I don't know what's going on in Charlotte. I still don't know what's going on in Orlando. I hope Steve got a plan because Orlando don't. So if I had to pick which coach had to landed in the best situation, even with those stars that Nurse got up there in Toronto, if LeBron stay in the East, we already know what we getting from Toronto. They're gonna get a second, third round out. So if I don't care where LeBron going to the East. King. I don't care where he going to the East. If he stay in the East and gotta play Toronto, Toronto is out of there. So I actually think.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I think happened though, bro.
Go ahead.
We've seen this before. It's the situation where they go, you know what? Somebody up on high is upset. Somebody with a lot of money, somebody with probably rocking a necktie is upset. We got to do something. We got to shake something up around here. Casey gets fired without a actual game plan of who you going to next. They probably thinking, hey,
he won't give Mark Jackson a job.
Man, I don't even think Mark interviewed. Mark interviewed with the Knicks.
Yeah, but I'm right. Did they call him? Like, you telling me that this Nurse dude is a better coach than Mark Jackson?
We got to look that up because I don't even know if they was on Mark's radar. Like, you got to think. Mark got a pretty gravy gig right now.
I mean,
and it's stress-free.
That's true.
I don't know that you want to go north of the border and deal with
double taxes. You got to pay double taxes, too. So,
yeah, man. See, and that's another thing that hurts. I hate when people be like, Toronto should blow it up. And I'm like, for what? They was a #1 seed in the East, and they lost to LeBron James. Like, their season wasn't a failure. And I don't know if they can make a move. It's one of those areas where it's tough to get big-name free agents. I don't know what else you could do. But I'm willing to bet they thought, hey, Fizz is out here. Budenholzer is out here. Maybe we can get one of those guys. And then after you see name after name after name get pulled off the board, then it's panic mode. LePage, you ever been in the club and it's 1:30, 2 o'clock, they about to cut the lights on and you ain't got no number yet?
Yep. You start taking everybody's
number. Don't your standards drop?
Yep.
Yeah, hell yeah. You look around like, oh, you. So, yeah, that's what happened. The lights was about to come on. Shit, it's panic mode. Nick who? Nick Nurse? Yeah, that's a cool name. Come on over here. Now, for what it's worth, they say he's a very forward-thinking offensive mind. I don't know how they know that because clearly Casey wasn't listening to him. I mean, so I don't know where he was executing these ideas at unless he was taking the B team in practice when they scrimmage against the starters. I don't know how they know that, but we'll see. Ultimately, I think they wanted a new voice, and they got a new voice. I hope it's one that the players want to listen to because you also have to have the respect of your team. You can have a new voice all day. If people don't want to hear it, then who you talking to?
I think Coach Bud went from Atlanta to Milwaukee. Area-wise, there's no comparison. Area-wise. Like, ain't nobody like, you know what, I don't want to go to Atlanta. How about we go to Milwaukee this weekend? Ain't nobody saying that. But as far as talent, I do like the talent on the Milwaukee team. Maybe he can get that team headed in the right direction. I mean, they got Bledsoe, they got Middleton, they got the Greek Freak. I mean, add a couple more pieces, they could be on their way. So I like where Coach Bud landed. I'm not mad at where Casey landed either.
I want to see how that go.
A lot of people don't like DeAndre Drummond. No, I keep saying that. What's his name, Spade?
You really do.
I always say it.
Just take the D off.
Yeah, Andre.
No D.
Andre Drummond. I always do that. But a lot of people don't like him. I like that dude,
the NBA, bro. This shit.
I be messing people's names up, right?
just in the association side of things.
That's true.
You know all these football people.
That's true.
You ain't calling running lot.
NBA don't matter. It's because
nothing else.
When I play FanDuel, I look at their last name. I just be like, give me Drummond. Yeah, I don't really be. But I think Drummond is a beast, and a lot of people don't like him. Now, I don't know how, they do got Blake Griffin, and Casey was on the record as saying he thinks Blake is a superstar. I don't know about that. We don't know what's going on with Bobby Schmurda. Reggie Jackson, he's been injured the past couple of years. They do have Ish backing up.
He in jail.
They do have Ish backing up. Spade, I'm leaning Coach Bud, but we can move on.
All right, bro. Last segment of the show today, folks, we decided not to do a strong arm performer of the week because we really just flat out didn't want to do it this week.
Right.
Like, football ain't back. NBA is over.
Football on the way, though. It's going to save us. I mean, soccer back, though. Soccer, the World Cup, bro.
Stanley Cup and the FIFA. Oh, the World Cup. I get my cups mixed up. Sippy Cup. The Sippy Cup going on. Anyway, I found another topic. And LaParis, I think you're going to really enjoy this. I think the listeners will too. Now, unless you brand spanking new to this show, LaParis has this thing about Andrew Wiggins. He feels like Wiggins hasn't lived up to the fact that he was a number 1 overall pick. He doesn't. He's really tough on Wiggins. I try to defend Wiggins. LaParis, I got a story for you. You may actually be on to something. Okay. I like this time of the year for the NBA because the season's over, and this is when you get a lot of players lashing out. Like, listen, man, to be a professional NBA player, your competitive nature got to be through the roof. And losing and disappointment sometimes brings out a side of us that we try to hide. Like I said, at the end of the day, we all human. I can game with you. Y'all know I like the game. I'm pretty competitive in my gaming. I can take a loss here or there. After 3-4 losses, now, maybe it's time for me to not be live because now I'm going to say some stuff. Now I'm going to be like, damn, LaParis, will you actually guard somebody? Mm-hmm. So that's what's happening. After the end of the season, folks are coming out, things are being said. Listen, man, it's a report out of Minnesota that says Jimmy Butler is reportedly, he got issues with Andrew Wiggins' effort and his defense. He's taking issue with his effort and his defense. Now, LaParis, before I let you go in, because I already know what you're gonna say.
You know what? I want you to go first, because I'm not even about to take a lot of time, bro. I'm not about to take a lot of time.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Now, that's not what I was expecting. Now, Wiggins just recently signed a 5-year max extension with the Wolves. All right?
Yep.
2 months prior to getting that extension, team owner Glenn Taylor told the Associated Press he wanted to see more out of his 23-year-old star. He said, when you're talking about negotiations on his part, I'm already extending to him that I'm willing to meet him at the max deal. But there's some things I need out of him, and that is a commitment to be a better player tomorrow than you are today. He want him to continue to get better. Now, Wiggins took a step back this year. He took a step back because some things changed. His role diminished a little bit. He was pretty vocal about not liking the fact that his role diminished a little bit. I think this is just frustration from losing. Look, Jimmy Butler played with Derrick Rose, and it came out later that they wasn't always the best of friends, and we never heard Jimmy Butler come out here and throw Derrick Rose under the bus like this. I think it's just frustrations. I think this team will be okay. That's what I think.
I mean, a couple of months ago, there was some reports that Big Cat may want out. What is going on in Minnesota? One.
That's facts.
One. Two is, one of the reasons why I like Jimmy Butler is because he seemed to keep it 100 at all times. And Jimmy Butler, listen, y'all keep saying I don't like Wiggins. It's not that I don't like him. I just think Spade, I just think he should be better than what he is. And like I said, Wiggins I think he had like a 30-point game during the playoffs, and they got their ass kicked too. He had a 30-point game during the playoffs, and people was at my neck like, where all that Wiggins slander at now? And I'm like, yo, just wait. The next game Wiggins had, I tweeted somebody that tweeted me, and I said, watch, next game he'll get you a little 15 points. He gonna shoot back, and that's exactly what happened. But Spade, I hear what you said. Things changed for Wiggins. What that got to do with defense? Why can't that dude play better defense? Now, in his defense, Big Cat defense is terrible too. And the crazy thing is, Coach Tibbs is supposed to be a defensive guru. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's the issue up there in Minnesota.
From the 49.5 minutes he playing them all.
I don't know what's going on in Minnesota, but they Big Cat ain't playing no defense. Tibbs playing, like you said, everybody the whole game. Wiggins, like I said, I've been hard on Wiggins and going to continue to be hard on this guy because I think he should be better than what he is. But you add Jimmy Butler, you add another tough-nosed guy like Taj Gibson, and it's like falling apart up there. I don't know what's going on in Minnesota, man. And Jimmy Butler just co-signed how I felt about Wiggins for probably the last 2 years, man. I be looking at Wiggins like, I don't see him getting any better. I don't. And the crazy thing is, it's a shame.
He averaged 24 a game last season.
Spade, it's a shame that a GM or whoever said that quote you said, he wanted him to get better every day than the last. That should be everybody's goal in life. Like, your next day, nobody had to tell me that. That's what I'm expecting to do for myself. And especially if you an NBA player making millions of dollars, I would want to be considered one of the best. I don't know, man. I wouldn't need no GM to tell me, I'm going to meet you at the max, but I need you to be better than what you were the day before. Nah, man. Not me.
I mean, I feel like he delivered on that. Like I said, 24 points a game last season, that was his career high numbers. And then right after that, you make some changes, and his role changes a little bit. Also, man, I want to say this.
What about the defense, though, Spade?
I'm pretty sure.
Why they so bad defensively?
I think he was always bad defensively. I think the notion was they brought in Jimmy because he's a great two-way player, and Taj, to kind of make the team more defensive-minded. And maybe this is what's going on here. Now, look, while you was talking, I just found something right here. It says, according to a source, Jeff Teague went to Thibodeau during last season and suggested that Tyus Jones play more.
I don't know what's going on in Minnesota, bro.
It ain't sounding like he's well-liked. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on in Minnesota. And Spade, let me just say this, and then we can close the show. I felt like in the beginning of the season, like Jimmy Butler picked it up because Minnesota was struggling. But I felt like Jimmy Butler was kind of trying to feel his way, and he was playing defense. Jimmy Butler wasn't putting up no crazy numbers in the beginning. And then when Jimmy Butler started picking it up, they started winning. I feel like Jimmy felt like, you know what?
That's true.
I got to carry more of the load because I'm waiting on these guys, and we losing. So I think Jimmy Butler basically, I think Jimmy Butler basically said, I got to take over this team when I was really trying to just find my way and let these guys do them. I felt like Jimmy Butler said, I got to take over because we losing. And with me playing the way I'm playing. So, like I said, I don't know if it's time for Tibbs to go. I don't know what's going on in Minnesota. But Cat ain't happy. Wiggins, a couple months ago, Wiggins said some things. Now, Jimmy Butler said some things. Yeah. You just found a report about Teague. I mean, I don't know, man. Minnesota got to get it together.
Maybe it's the coach. The coach got to make everybody mesh. Part of being a coach is not just drawing up X's and O's. It's also personality management.
That's true. Spade, before I close the show, man, anything you want to say to the people?
Yes, I got a big announcement for y'all, man. LaParis and myself have decided that sometimes, look, we're not going to change. We're still going to be a show that wrap up the previous week of sports. We like doing that because I feel like daily shows have the struggle of trying to come up with a show when sometimes there's no news, and that's why y'all getting these LeBron debates every single day.
Yeah.
And we don't want to do that. We're not going to hit y'all with that. But however, sometimes in the world of sports, something happens so colossal that it don't deserve to wait to the end of the week. It deserves to be spoke about in that very moment. And for those moments, we are working on, like, I can't give you a schedule. It's just going to depend on the sports world. But we are working on being able to hit you guys with live YouTube shows. So whenever LeBron decides, hey, I'm taking my ass back to Miami, boom, we going live. You just make sure you come here. He's not going to say that, bro. When he decides he want to come back to Miami, boom, we going live at that moment. So make sure if you are not already subscribed, somebody listening to this podcast probably don't even rock with the YouTube channel, and that's fine.
Like
we like all the love.
Everything he said is true. Don't be expecting us to go live and when y'all hit us up and be like, y'all going live, Greg Hardy just want to fight. We not about to do that. We not about to do that.
It's got to be colossal stuff. Colossal stuff. Like after game 1 of the finals, I want it to go live. When I'm watching Ty Lue just sit over there and watch his team, I want it to go live. So stuff like that, we will be going live. Right. And like I said, somebody listening, you guys are probably just the podcast listener. You don't come to the YouTube channel, and that's understandable. We like all the love. But probably, I don't know, LePage. We haven't decided if the live shows would in turn be uploaded to the podcast. They probably will be. But in the meantime, I recommend subscribing to the YouTube channel. All links will be in the description. Make sure you guys stay tuned for that. That's going to be something dope. And it's going to be live so you guys can interact with us a little bit too.
Okay. It's been a great show. A heated show. I mean, bye Rihanna. I'm going to just say that. Bye Rihanna. Listen, we want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Strong Arm Sports. If you new here, bang the subscribe button. It takes 2 seconds. If you're a regular here, hit the like button. It's a little bell up there. You can click that bell. It is in a notification to your mobile device to let you know, hey, another episode. And like what Spade just said, if we go live, you hit that bell up there, it's going to send a notification to your mobile device to let you know these dudes is live. They just uploaded a new episode. You need to be here ASAP. So you need to hit that bell up there. If you like the people in podcast land, audio podcast land, and you don't want to see two dudes arguing in the box, we got audio podcasts everywhere. SoundCloud, UPodOmatic, iTunes. We cannot thank you guys enough for your continued support. Leave your comments in the comment section. You can tweet us. We always talking sports with people on Twitter. All links will be in the description. We want to thank you guys for your continued support. We'll see you guys next episode. We out. Peace.